What's going on, guys? It's LtBuzzLitebeer, and it's time to take a look at the gear set changes for the current earth-shaking update 1.4 that is now live for our beloved game, The Division. Today will be the final episode of this 13-part series, and in case you missed it, in episode 12, I reviewed the Path of the Nomad gear set, and make sure and check the video description for a link to that video. Most of the gear sets have been changed, with some of the sets receiving heavy buffs and others nerfed in an attempt to get them all back on par with each other and create parity. Also, while I have been commentating, the general gear set changes have been posted on the screen, including changes to the 2- and 4-piece sets and maximum level caps. And with all of that preliminary information out of the way, let's get into the individual gear sets. The Hunter's Faith gear set was delivered to agents in Update 1.2, along with the Lone Star, Final Measure, and Predator's Mark gear sets, and it was touted as a marksman-centric kit. Once players started assembling their gear sets, they quickly found out that this gear set lacked a squad buff element, and mainly put it into their stashes for another day. For the solo player that mainly used a marksman rifle, the Hunter's Faith gear set brought a little sampling of critical hit damage to elites, and a newly introduced temporary protection element for landing bullets on enemies. The Meta 1.3 talents for the Hunter's Faith gear set were as follows. The 2-piece bonus was 20% marksman rifle crit hit damage, the 3-piece was 20% damage to elites, and the 4-piece set bonus activated the Hunter's Faith talent, where hitting an enemy with a bullet grants you a temporary armor. The farther you're shot, the more the armor disappears after one bullet hits you. And these are the gear set changes with Update 1.4. The 2-piece bonus gives you 20% to optimal range, the 3-piece is 20% headshot damage, and the 4-piece set bonus activates the Hunter's Faith talent, where hitting an enemy with a bullet grants you and your group temporary protection. The further the shot, the more the protection. Each group member's protection disappears after getting hit by one hostile bullet. In Meta 1.3, Hunter's Faith had an interesting concept at its core, but never really materialized into anything past a concept. At its heart, it is completely centered towards a single player with no group or squad buffs, and while the 20% bonuses to DMR, crit hit damage, and damage to elites is nice, these are available to roll onto more damage-heavy gear sets that also include a squad-friendly element. I found the temporary armor protection mechanics to be too unpredictable, as I could never really gauge how much protection versus range bonus I was going to receive. In addition, the additional protection is removed as soon as you take an incoming round from an enemy, and that happens with regularity. Hunter's Faith brings a gear set to Update 1.4 that is clearly aimed at marksman rifle users that will not be effectively used by marksman rifle users. The whole kit has shifted from solo DMR damage dealer and self-preservation to a squad healer, with no emphasis on the player using a marksman rifle. So, in essence, Hunter's Faith has become a kit that works better with any other weapon other than a DMR. A player with a stable LMG or assault rifle can simply sit back off the front line and land rounds on an enemy target to apply and reapply the temporary protection to themselves and their squad mates. I can see an LMG like the L86 working well with this setup, as it is stable enough and making use of optimal range buff and headshot damage gains, of which LMGs are already better than most weapons in the division. This could be the Update 1.4's version of a dedicated healer build. Even though marketed as a marksman rifle gear set, it is for these reasons I have already stated that Hunter's Faith will be a middle tier gear set to have and farm for in Update 1.4. As always, I would love to hear what you think about the current gear set changes for Hunter's Faith and my gear set review. In addition, if you could take the time to rate the video with either a thumbs up or down, it would be greatly appreciated. If you want some more LtBuzzLitebeer and my weapon reviews in your life, follow me on Twitter at LtBuzzLitebeer. I'm very proud about all of the work I have put into my entire The Division weapon review playlist, and it really is the most comprehensive and accurate Division weapon review playlist on YouTube. So, if there is any weapon in The Division you have questions about, look no further than my reviews to answer any and all of your questions. And remember, for my channel, likes, comments, subs are loved. Until my next The Division video, this has been LtBuzzLitebeer saying peace out.